What an absolutely unbelievable night for football fans. We are diving straight into this explainer on the Argentina versus Algeria 2026 World Cup match, where the defending champs kicked off their Group J campaign with a massive statement. And sitting right at the center of this 3-0 victory, none other than Lionel Messi, putting on a performance that literally rewrote the record books. Let's break down exactly how this historic night unfolded. Now, to really grasp the magnitude of this match, we've got to talk about the atmosphere. Picture this: Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri, absolutely packed with 69,045 screaming fans. And the conditions for the beautiful game? Honestly, they could not have been more perfect. We're talking bone-dry, mostly clear skies, with the temperature comfortably dropping from the upper 70s down into the low 70s as the night went on. No crazy heat to exhaust the players, no rain to chop up the pitch, just a pristine stage for a defending champion to open their title defense.
All right, let's get into the first section here: early drama, VAR chaos, and some wildly frustrating disallowed goals.
Because those first 10 minutes, pure whiplash, just absolute chaos. Literally, 5 minutes in, Argentina thinks they've got the lead through Messi, but boom, it's wiped out for offside. Barely 3 minutes later, Algeria totally stuns the crowd when Faris Chabi converts a slick pass from Ibrahim Maza to put the North African side ahead. But wait, VAR steps in again, and that goal is also ruled out. The ref trying to manage all this early tension was Poland's Szymon Marzyniak. You probably know him. He's widely considered one of the best in the world. And funnily enough, he's the exact same referee who officiated Argentina's 2022 World Cup final win. Man, he probably needed an ice bath after the first 10 minutes alone. Moving right along to Section 2, the Messi Masterclass, and a truly historic hat trick.
So let's walk through the play-by-play of this absolute clinic. In the 17th minute, the deadlock finally breaks. Messi links up with Rodrigo de Paul, finds a pocket of space on the edge of the box, and just curls a trademark strike right into the top right corner. Fast forward to the 60th minute. Alexis McAllister fires a rocket that Algerian keeper Luka Zidane blocks, but the rebound drops perfectly, and I mean perfectly, to Messi, who calmly slots it home for number 2. Then, the 76th minute. Nicolas Gonzalez finds Messi just outside the area. He weaves past several defenders like they aren't even there and powers the ball into the bottom left corner to complete the hat trick. And honestly, believe it or not, despite literally everything he's achieved, this was Lionel Messi's first ever hat trick at a World Cup. Crazy, right?
Let's head into Section 3, rewriting records and the major milestones reached. Because the hat trick itself, that's just the tip of the iceberg. This match marked Lionel Messi's 200th international cap for Argentina. 200! And the poetry of it goes even deeper. This game fell exactly, like literally to the very day, 20 years since an 18-year-old Messi made his World Cup debut back in 2006 against Serbia and Montenegro. 2 straight decades of dominance, all culminating in this exact performance. And the milestones just kept piling up left and right. Just by stepping onto the pitch, Messi became the first man in history to play in 6 World Cups. By scoring, he became only the second man ever to score in 5 different editions of the tournament. This was the 61st hat trick of his legendary career. Oh, and that first goal we talked about? That was his 5th career World Cup goal scored from outside the box, which officially equals a record held by Brazil's Rivelino since all the way back in 1966. But out of all the records broken on this historic night, there's one that completely cements his legacy at the very top. With those 3 goals, Lionel Messi reached 16 total World Cup goals. That officially ties Germany's Miroslav Klose for the all-time World Cup scoring record. He's now scored in 5 straight World Cup games dating back to the last tournament. And with more group games still ahead of us, well, it seems almost inevitable that he's going to claim that outright record very, very soon. Which brings us to Section 4, a beautiful moment looking at some post-match quotes. Beyond the cold, hard stats, you really have to look at the emotional impact this performance had on the Argentine squad. Argentina's coach, Lionel Scaloni, basically summed up what every single football fan is feeling right now. He openly admitted that after 20 years of witnessing this kind of sheer brilliance, he simply no longer has the words to describe his captain. I mean, when your own coach, a guy who has literally won it all with you, is left speechless, you know you've witnessed something transcendent. And yet, despite the dizzying heights of these achievements, Messi's own reflection after the match remained so incredibly grounded. For him, the true beauty of the moment wasn't just tying Klose's record or hitting 200 caps. It was getting to share it all with his family and a very united, tightly knit Argentinian squad. He emphasized how crucial it was just to start the tournament with a win in such a tough matchup. It's a fantastic reminder of the team-first mentality that clearly drives this group. So that brings us to the ultimate question as we wrap up this explainer. We've seen the perfect weather, the early resilience against all that VAR chaos, and a captain who is somehow still in peak record-shattering form at his sixth World Cup. We know that no team since Brazil back in 1962 has successfully defended a World Cup title. But honestly, looking at this deeply united squad and a man who just equaled the all-time scoring record, can anyone actually stop Argentina from going back-to-back? Keep that in mind as we watch the rest of this tournament unfold. Thanks so much for joining me to break this all down.